Welcome to Noble Path. Sometimes the clamor of our thoughts and the incessant buzz of our digital lives drown out the profound power of silence. We're perpetually engaged, talking, texting, posting, filling every moment with noise. Yet Buddhism teaches us that silence is not just golden, it is transformative. It illuminates 5 critical moments where silence is essential. By embracing silence, we gain profound insights that guide us toward a more mindful, harmonious, and purposeful existence. Let's delve into these timeless teachings, exploring how the serenity of silence can offer solutions to our life's challenges. Silence is more than the absence of sound. It is a deep state of being. As Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh said, silence is vital for our well-being, just as light is for plants. Silence grants us the opportunity to pause and reflect on the origins of our anger. It allows us to step back and observe our emotional responses without immediate judgment or expression. Through silence, we engage in mindful breathing and self-inquiry, gaining insight into the root causes of our anger. Moreover, silence acts as a shield against the harsh words and actions that often accompany anger, preventing harm to ourselves and others. In the silence of restraint, we protect relationships and foster calm and understanding. The Buddhist story of the 2 arrows illustrates this. The first arrow is the initial pain, while the second is the suffering we cause ourselves. By practicing silence in anger, we avoid the second arrow, reducing unnecessary suffering. Our aversions often stem from misunderstandings, and our expectations can be the root of our suffering. Silence, however, acts as a protective barrier, shielding us from the fallout of impulsive words and actions when anger strikes. In those heated moments, we risk saying things we might regret or making hasty decisions. By opting for silence, we safeguard both others and our relationships. The tale of the 2 arrows illustrates this beautifully. The first arrow is the inevitable pain life throws at us, while the second is the suffering we impose on ourselves through our reactions. By choosing silence and anger, we skillfully handle the initial pain without aggravating it with further turmoil. This approach diminishes our suffering and nurtures a compassionate environment. Negative emotions and actions sparked by anger can provoke defensiveness or retaliatory anger in others, leading to a cycle of conflict. Silence breaks this cycle, paving the way for peaceful, constructive resolutions. Practicing silence and anger cultivates emotional balance and equanimity, empowering us to release grudges and embrace forgiveness. This aligns with Buddhism's aim to free us from anger-induced suffering. Similarly, silence in the face of gossip and slander highlights mindful speech's importance. Such harmful communication, often fueled by jealousy or resentment, damages relationships and community trust. By choosing silence, we avoid moral and karmic consequences, fostering personal growth and transformation. Our non-participation signals disapproval, potentially inspiring others to reconsider their words and actions. Gossip and slander are pervasive in society, with their damaging effects well recognized in Buddhism. These actions violate the principle of right speech, part of the Eightfold Path, which emphasizes mindful and ethical communication. Right speech encourages honesty, kindness, and positive dialogue. The prohibition against gossip and slander stems from recognizing the power of words to shape reality, influence emotions, and affect others' lives. Engaging in such speech often arises from envy, resentment, or anger, clouding judgment and leading to falsehoods or exaggerations. This behavior harms both the subject and the speaker, causing reputational damage and emotional distress while generating negative karma. Choosing silence breaks this cycle, aligning with right speech principles and fostering reflection, potentially inspiring others to reconsider their words. Practicing silence in response to gossip and slander aligns with Buddhist ideals of right speech and compassion, promoting mindful communication and a harmonious community. By choosing silence, we protect our well-being and contribute positively to society. Silence is also essential during conflicts, which are unavoidable in human interactions. Buddhism suggests using silence to approach conflict mindfully, emphasizing compassion and understanding for resolution. Conflicts often stem from differing opinions or values, leading to arguments and emotional distress. Silence acts as a calming force, allowing reflection and wise responses. It isn't about avoiding emotions, but creating space for active listening and empathy. By disengaging from reactive cycles, silence fosters thoughtful responses, easing tension and encouraging mutual understanding. Silence is an intentional choice that creates space for active listening, empathy, and understanding. It offers a pause, allowing both parties to express themselves without fear of judgment or escalation. In this silence, we can recognize our emotions and reactions, as well as those of others. Silence becomes a powerful tool for active listening, a crucial yet often overlooked skill in effective communication. By being silent, we can focus entirely on the other person's words, understand their perspective, and empathize with their feelings. This compassionate listening can de-escalate situations, paving the way for constructive dialogue. Silence also allows for self-reflection, helping us to see the bigger picture and consider long-term consequences. This approach prevents further escalation and encourages more thoughtful responses. By prioritizing the relationship's well-being and mutual understanding, we reflect the Buddhist principle of non-attachment, fostering empathy, compassion, and compromise. Embracing silence can be a profound act of compassion, particularly in times of suffering. It allows us to preserve relationships, minimize harm, and promote harmony. In Buddhism, silence is seen as a powerful expression of empathy, offering solace to those in distress. When we witness suffering, our instinct might be to offer comfort or advice. However, silence can often be a more profound and compassionate response. It aligns with the principle of right speech, emphasizing the importance of speaking kindly and beneficially. By choosing silence, we convey our presence and empathy, providing a space for the person to express their emotions and experiences. This respect for their autonomy acknowledges that sometimes the greatest gift we can offer is simply our attentive presence. In times of suffering, silence is deeply intertwined with the Buddhist principle of compassion. This compassion extends beyond mere sympathy. It is an active desire to ease another's pain. By offering silence, we provide a unique form of compassionate presence, witnessing the suffering and creating a safe, non-judgmental space. It's crucial to recognize that silence isn't always the answer. Sometimes, words of comfort are necessary. However, Buddhism encourages us to view silence as a powerful response to others' suffering, acknowledging that our quiet presence can be a profound gift. This teaching also emphasizes self-compassion during tough times, urging us to embrace silence for healing. In these quiet moments, we process emotions without judgment, fostering personal growth and introspection. Suffering is an inevitable part of life, yet it can lead to growth and insight. In the stillness of our hearts and minds, we uncover deep truths about ourselves and the nature of suffering. We learn that everything is impermanent, including suffering, and recognize our shared human experience. This realization brings comfort and wisdom. Silence during suffering is rooted in self-compassion and self-discovery, allowing us to honor our pain without judgment. It offers refuge from the urge to explain, connecting us to inner strength and wisdom. By embracing this teaching, we cultivate healing and personal growth. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this discussion insightful, please subscribe for more content on mindfulness and personal development.